one of the most interesting and vivacious cities in Poland, seated on the Silesian plain along the river Odra, or as the Germans say, the Oder. Formerly known as Breslau, a German city of great distinction, and before that, Bratislava of the Bohemian Kingdom. There's at least 1,500 years of proper settlement in the city called Wrocław today. It started around 400 to 500 when the Slavic tribes began to settle there on the banks of the Oder River. There are islands in the river which afforded excellent protection and defensive posture. And it was on one of these particular islands, Tumski, or Cathedral Island, where the first church was begun in the 900s. This is at the same time when churches were being built in Poznan and also in Gniezno. And there is a strong connection between these places, dating back to the 900s. The Old Town Square is one of the most famous sites in Central Europe. It's huge, not quite as big as the market in Krakow, but of a quite different character, being as how this is influenced heavily by German and Czech culture. Today it's a thriving city. It is a city that's growing by leaps and bounds and just a magnet for investment. In fact, the Financial Times investigative unit has called Wrocław one of the top 5 cities in the world of medium-sized cities for development. And as for the River Oder, it's as if it came through into Wrocław and sort of stopped and said, well, let's hang around for a while, and split into many different tributaries. It's almost like an estuary how the river looks at this particular point, creating island after island, and some of them quite large. In fact, one of the major parts of the city is a complete island. So whether you call it Breslau, Wrocław, or Bratislava, it all comes to the same thing. Wrocław is a peach of a town, and when you're in Poland, you must visit it. Sit back, and we'll take you for a tour of Wrocław, city on the Odra. Well, it took 250 to 300 years. I don't know about you, but I think it was worth it. Look at this building. I promised you a facade. You won't find a better facade than this in the whole of Central Europe. Just look at this building, and it suggests wealth, power, ambition, an eye to the future, and an eye for business. I mean, just imagine how much it would cost to build a building like this today, to create a building like this today, and this kind of hand brickwork would be amazing. The bricks alone are worth a fortune, I'm sure. One can just stand here and marvel. Look, inside you have the City Museum. You have various monuments to the famous people of the city. You have the Great Hall, the Burgers Hall, the Court Hall, and a number of huge rooms. As you can see, the building is immense. I don't know. I think it's not surprising that they've had a restaurant in the basement all these years, because this is a building that draws you, not only draws the eye, but draws you toward it, draws you to want to enjoy it. It's an extraordinary edifice, and amazing that it survived so long, and so many incursions, so many invasions, so many wars, floods, you name it, to exist today in all its splendor. Look at the clock. This, with the sun, the moon, the earth, sun in the middle, the earth going around it, because of course Copernicus is the one who figured that out. I don't know, perhaps the Greeks knew as well, but they say Copernicus was the modern one, along with Galileo. Anybody remembers that from their 5th grade history of science class? Beautiful clockwork, fantastic building, Gothic and Romanesque combined, and just sensational. Sensational. You can see that it was built in different stages at different times because of the different kind of facades you have. This attached building over here to this side, much later, of course. Yeah, people just, this is amazing. We don't usually have so many people just walking in front of the camera. But the square seems to possess one, to make it your own. To make it your own. Not take it anywhere, but make it your own. That's it. Anyway, there we are. We're in Wrocław. We've got lots more in store. I hope you enjoyed the fantastic trailer, which is giving you a marvelous panorama of Wrocław. I don't know why. They keep wanting to walk. It's bizarre. They're staring at the town hall, and they're just walking because they're amazed by the magnificence of the building. And of course, who are we? We're just making a little program for you here. At any rate, the star, the town hall of Wrocław. See you in the next episode.